Let's talk about decision making. If you're a leader, it is the most challenging aspect of your role. There's a lot of things that you do as a leader, but they all pretty much demand you make decisions. Now, some of these decisions are simple. You can pull from your previous experiences or maybe just use gut instinct to make a great decision. But the reality is, most decisions that you as a leader have to make are not simple. They are complex. They require lots of vantage points, lots of perspectives, wisdom from various people. You have to look at every issue from every side to really make an effective decision. So, how good are you at making decisions? It might be one of the most limiting elements of your leadership. Now, here's the deal. It isn't the information that typically paralyzes us as leaders. We often can get plenty of information. Now, you're never going to have everything you need to know, but once you get about 80% of the information, you probably have enough. The paralysis that we experience isn't because we need more information. The biggest problem I see with leadership decision making is that they know what to do. They just also know the consequences of doing it. When you have to make a decision, you know the ramifications of the decision. It's going to require some hard conversations. It might require reorganizing your team or the organization. It may require letting somebody go. I was recently working with one of my clients who's a leader, and we were talking about a decision that he was having to make. Along the way, I asked him, well, what should you do? He immediately knew the answer. My next question was, well, what's keeping you from making the decision? That's a painful and clarifying question, right? As we discussed it, the reality is that the only thing that was holding him back was that he knew once he announced the decision, he was going to have some really hard conversations. I can empathize with that. I've been in leadership for 20 years. I know that often our decisions require us to have hard conversations, but let's not allow that to keep us from making the hard, best, correct decision. Remember, as a leader, we are trying to move the mission forward, not just support an individual person. I know that's hard to accept, but the reality is that's what we're called to do as a leader. So if you're facing tough decisions right now, or if you're going to in the future, which if you're a leader, you will, you should hop over to my website, GavinAdams.com. I just wrote a post on decision making and how we can allow ourselves to learn as much as we need to learn, but not allow the implementation of the decision to keep us from moving forward with the decision. Check that out.